Rain does not simply fall. It transforms everything it touches. What was once solid ground becomes unstable. What was once predictable becomes uncertain. Surfaces lose friction, materials gain weight, and every movement demands greater awareness. Building in such conditions is not about maintaining control. It is about adjusting continuously to what cannot be controlled. At the beginning, the rain is only a background element. It is present, but not dominant. The environment still feels manageable. But as time passes, the intensity increases. Water begins to collect, to flow, to reshape the terrain. The ground no longer supports in the same way. It shifts under pressure, compresses differently, and reacts to each step. Stability is no longer guaranteed by the surface. It must be created through structure. Choosing where to build becomes more critical than how to build. The position determines how water interacts with the structure. A slight difference in elevation can decide whether the base remains stable or gradually weakens. Once a suitable area is identified, preparation begins. Clearing the ground is no longer just about removing obstacles. It is about managing water flow. Leaves, roots, and uneven surfaces all influence how water moves. Each adjustment redirects that movement, creating small channels that prevent accumulation. Digging into wet soil introduces another challenge. The ground does not hold its shape. It collapses easily, requiring a different approach. Depth alone does not create strength. Width and compaction become equally important. Supports placed into this environment rely on pressure distribution rather than deep anchoring. Each layer of soil must be compressed carefully, creating resistance through density instead of depth. This method allows the structure to remain stable even when the ground beneath it is constantly changing. Material behavior shifts under rain. Bamboo becomes heavier, its surface more slippery. Handling it requires more control, not more force. Movements slow down, not because of difficulty, but because precision becomes more valuable than speed. Connections take on greater importance. Wet conditions reduce friction, making bindings more prone to slipping. Each knot must be secured with additional tension. Each joint must be tested repeatedly. Strength comes not from a single action, but from consistency across all connections. As the frame rises, exposure increases. Rain no longer falls vertically. Wind carries it at angles, striking surfaces unevenly. The structure must handle forces coming from multiple directions. Adaptability becomes the defining feature of stability. A structure that resists completely is more likely to fail. One that allows slight movement absorbs energy and maintains integrity. The introduction of a roof marks a turning point. Until this moment, the structure exists fully exposed to the environment. The roof does not eliminate the rain, but it changes how it interacts with the space. Water begins to flow across surfaces rather than directly through them. The sound shifts. It becomes less chaotic, more controlled. The interior gains a sense of separation without losing connection. Layering is essential. A single layer cannot stop the rain effectively. Multiple layers create a path for water to travel, guiding it away rather than allowing it to accumulate. This controlled flow prevents damage and maintains structural balance. Inside the structure, the environment changes gradually. The ground remains wet, but the space above begins to dry. The contrast between outside and inside becomes more noticeable. Flooring introduces a stable surface within unstable conditions. The woven bamboo distributes weight evenly, preventing localized pressure from destabilizing the structure. Movement becomes smoother, more controlled. Walls do not block the environment completely. Instead, they regulate it. Openings allow airflow, reducing moisture buildup. Light continues to enter, maintaining visibility and connection with the surroundings. The structure does not isolate itself from the rain. It adapts to it. Sound becomes a constant presence. The rain, once overwhelming, blends into the background. It no longer distracts. It defines the atmosphere. Over time, it becomes part of the experience rather than an obstacle. Completion does not arrive as a sudden moment. It is realized gradually, as each part begins to function as intended. The structure holds. It resists collapse not by opposing the environment, but by working within it. Standing inside, the difference is clear. Outside, the rain continues without pause. Inside, there is space, protected, but not disconnected. The boundary is not absolute, but it is effective. The bamboo house in the rain is not just a shelter. It is a response to movement, a response to instability, a response to conditions that cannot be controlled. And through that response, it achieves something more than structure. It achieves balance.
có thêm nay chi mà anh chả kiến trong trà Lan không phải là hạ thua ngon vấn đề của nồng chắc tuần năm bị khốn thịt luôn hả มัน有平咯，糖咯，我哋糖咯，糖那片，個葱都我哋講一個葱怪個。Hup. Got it. Whew. I think that will hold it. That's good.
unstable. Needs more clearance there.
There.
Good enough to proceed. Excellent. The alignment is perfect. It feels strong. Just need to add the flooring and walls. Okay, that alignment looks good. The lashings are secure and the drainage clearance is perfect. We can commit to the floors and walls now.
Alignment looks good.
Yeah.
Nice spacing here.
Yeah.
Nice solid drainage clearance.
Perfect.
Perfect. Cam cột một nhiều pan cũng dám này. Lý đó hở mà đèn bắnจะไหลนะคะทีแรกจะทิ้งมันให้นะคะแล้วนี่แบบรามหายไหมนะคะจะขันทีค่ะถ้าจำหินนะคะคะจะน้องค่านี่ตัวเนี้ย ลอยงั้นเหรอคะ นะคะนี่คุณตูนนะคะสิหมังไฟเครื่องเหมือนเบนนะคะทองได้ตันผืนนะคะบางจากมีการมองเหมือนไปเล่นความจำนะคะซัมพิงได้นะคะทางอันเดอร์จีดันสินะคือดีลองซานี่เนี่ยทำ3คืบเน่าด้วยนั่นลายก็ซ้ำเหมือนลางคอยนะคะหลังนี้เถาคือหลังก็ระคายซ้ำว่า